Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we have a really intense mission for you. We are breaking down a highly charged social media post by an author named Simon Chat.
Yeah, and it lays out some massive geopolitical predictions involving the US, Iran, and China.
Right. Now, right out of the gate, a crucial disclaimer for you. We are impartially exploring the specific claims and theories presented in this post. We aren't endorsing these views or verifying the facts or taking any political sides. We are just analyzing the narrative.
Exactly. We are just looking at what's on the page. And trust me, the trajectory of this guy's timeline is, well, it's wild.
It really is. I mean, it starts with an unprecedented global humanitarian crisis and somehow ends up in a multinational corporate boardroom.
It totally gave me whiplash reading it. You don't usually see Armageddon and mergers and acquisitions in the exact same paragraph.
No, you really don't.
Okay.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Simon's timeline starts with immediate, heavy escalation. He claims Iran refuses to stop fighting without some kind of compensation, so they decide to blockade the Strait of Hormuz.
Which he calls a nuclear-level blow to the global economy.
Right, a nuclear level blow.
And just for context here, blocking the Strait of Hormuz isn't just a localized traffic jam. A huge percentage of the world's oil flows right through that narrow waterway.
So if that gets choked off, the ripple effects hit your wallet almost instantly.
Exactly. But the escalation goes both ways in this narrative. The Post alleges that Trump acknowledges the U.S. military attacked Iranian desalination plants.
Yeah, and it even claims Trump called Iranians the most evil people, making threats that sound terrifyingly close to extermination.
What's fascinating here is the specific type of infrastructure warfare being highlighted. Chat outlines a very bleak short-term future because Iran will likely retaliate in kind.
Meaning they target the desalination facilities of U.S. allies in the Gulf.
Right. Instead of just hitting military bases, they go directly after the water supply.
Which is terrifying. What does that actually look like on the ground?
Well, it means a historical humanitarian crisis. Knocking out desalination for those Gulf countries doesn't just mean a temporary water shortage. It means total societal gridlock in a matter of days.
Because you're talking about a harsh desert climate.
Exactly. And economically, it's an absolute nightmare. The Post predicts major shocks to the U.S. stock market along with surging oil and commodity prices globally.
So if you're wondering why a localized conflict matters to you, just imagine the price of your daily commute or your groceries doubling overnight.
Yeah. So why do this? Why target the water? In this author's view, it's all about leverage.
The U.S. is deliberately using that economic and civilian pain to force a ceasefire right, to extract major concessions on oil and the Strait of Hormuz.
Spot on. But how do we get from total societal collapse to that boardroom ending we mentioned earlier?
Right, if we connect this to the bigger picture, Chat predicts what he calls a controlled ending. The world naturally expects China to step in and mediate.
But this mediation doesn't happen out of the goodness of anyone's heart. It only kicks off after a massive package deal is struck with the U.S.
Likely following a Trump visit to China, according to the Post. It's a purely transactional view of diplomacy.
It is, and here's where it gets really interesting. Chat paints a picture where China physically rebuilds Iran's infrastructure, but the U.S. provides the funding and the policy concessions.
And it culminates in the creation of new, jointly managed corporate entities. We are talking about international desalination companies and strait control companies run by the U.S., China, and the Gulf states.
It's a striking pivot. Modern war, in this specific view, isn't a battle for ideology. It's almost framed like a hostile corporate takeover that ends with a merger.
Where geopolitical rivals form joint venture companies to manage water and shipping lanes.
Everyone gets their slice of the pie, and all sides get to walk away and declare a win to their domestic audiences back home.
So what does this all mean for you? It's incredible how this single post illustrates the intense, fragile connection between global geopolitics, civilian survival, and your everyday economy.
An attack on a water plant on the other side of the world really could dictate the price of everything you buy. It absolutely could. And this raises an important question to leave you with today.
If life-sustaining infrastructure like water desalination is increasingly viewed as just another standard bargaining chip in geopolitical chess, how might that completely redefine the rules of future global conflicts and basic human safety?